up next, we've got a 185-pound kickboxing, another 3-round event. You got Dorian Holt from Caney Fort, Kimpo, taking on Brandon Burke from Phoenix MMA. Is that going to work it like this? All right, guys, we're in Cookeville, Tennessee. Once again, these fights are brought to you by Crossville Vapor and Roasted Hemp.
Roasted Hemp, I'll go ahead and throw that one in for you. Krabs and those guys do an absolute amazing job here in the Cookeville area and Crossville as well. So if you guys are in need of any kind of medical needs outside of the realm of your prescriptions, holler at the guys at Roasted Hemp. They'll go take care of you. They'll take care of it. They'll explain absolutely everything you need. So make sure you guys are hollering at them. They follow us all year long, and we cannot say enough about them. So when you go in their place of business, whether you go to Crossville Vapor or Roasted Hemp, tell them you heard them right here at XFA. And here we go with this next round.
Let them know when you go into either one of those places that you support the XFA and you heard about them live on the XFA. Whether it be on Millions, whether you're here with us live. Dorian Holt getting in the ring. Well, he looks a little thick. He's ready to go.
Yeah, you got to love these 185ers for sure.
Oh, you're fixing to see some leather. One thing I will say, before they ever even get this match started, you are not going to see the output that you saw from those teenagers.
No, and if you do, it's going to be one round of chaos, and then it slows down a little bit. But hopefully we get 3 rounds of chaos right here with these 185ers.
I would love to see it. Brandon Burke. I know Brandon, actually, now that I see his face. I'm horrible with names, but Brandon Burke coming in here out of Phoenix MMA. I've watched him grapple a little bit. Now he's taking a kickboxing fight at 185. This is going to be a barn burner, but you're going to see a whole lot heavier leather being thrown.
Oh, yeah, these punches mean a little bit more. Now, those guys were hitting hard earlier, but take that one punch, times it by 10, and that's what you're fixing to get landed with right here at home. While you guys sit back at home in your recliner, these guys are out here fixing to scrap here at Revolver in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I can't tell who's got a size or a reach advantage. I'm going to need to see him in the middle of the ring. I believe Brandon may have a little bit of a reach and a little bit of a height. What do you think?
Yeah, just looking at it, Brandon's walking into the cage. He looks a little bit taller, a little bit longer of the arm reach, but then again, I'm a short guy, so are you, so you better watch out.
Well, you're having to look up at both of them, so, but you've got a shot. Yeah, definitely, Brandon, I can tell from walking in there, there's going to be a reach advantage right there. But reach advantage only matters until you can get to the inside. Sometimes it is a reach disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. If you know how to judge it and absolutely stand where you need to stand, you can take all the power away from them bigger, taller guys like that.
So we're going to see what the game plan is for Dorian Holt and Brandon Burke. Cage doors getting shut right now. We're fixing to get started for a 185 kickboxing match. 3 2-minute rounds. Chad Washburn's about to kick us off. Here we go. Let's see where we go. Brandon's definitely got a lot of reach. It didn't look like it until they got in the ring. Misses his first kick. Dorian coming out. We seeing some sloppy technique so far. We're hitting a lot of air. Oh, now we're in a clinch. Brandon lands a clean left hook. Then they're getting a little wild right here for round 1.
That ride in your red corner is looking good. High kicks, misses. Brandon's trying to use that reach, but it may bite him here in a minute.
Dorian is definitely on a forward march. He's using a walking him down technique, get inside that first punch, and then just brawl.
Yeah, he's trying it like anything else. Watch him right here. He's going to try to set himself up. Well, if that had been before, he went right in with that overhand right.
Yeah, Brandon timed it and thought he was fixing to step in, and he threw a high kick. And Brandon's pushing him. He's putting some volume on him into the corner now. Got him up against the cage into a clinch. Brandon just throws Dorian off into the cage. What do you think about that break?
It was lucky that the blue corner sat down there for a second because that was fixing to get ugly for him.
Yeah, Brandon caught that high kick, and I think we've got a little staggering going on right now from the blue corner. Dorian is having a hard time getting inside what Brandon's throwing right now.
So Dorian was doing good there for a minute, and he was countering every right hand. He'd slip around him, but now he's just dead center on every one of them.
I think he's ate a couple of shots, and lands a left hand. Brandon's backed him up against the cage. And he got him with a knee.
That right hand is landing hard. That little kind of short hook right there.
Right there, another one.
He's nailing him with it.
We've got another one. He's timing him now. He's just waiting to right when he starts to throw, and he's timing him with that right.
So it looks like Dorian is hurt. He ain't out of breath right now. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's trying to take some time. If Brandon would just keep going on the offensive, Dorian maybe it's be tougher than a pine knot, though, and just take it because he keeps walking right into those right hands.
Yeah, he's not stopped to give up any bit of it. He keeps moving forward, and there's the round one.
Round one was very clearly Brandon taking the win, but I'm telling you right now, Dorian is showing, if nothing else, it's all heart and toughness because he took some of Brandon's best shots. Brandon landed a clean left high kick. He landed some right hooks. He landed a clean left hook. He got Dorian up against the cage a couple times in some trouble.
Yeah, Dorian there at the beginning, he was slipping out like I was saying and be able to catch him on those counters. But then Brandon seen what he was doing and he straightened him up out of that. And those right hands are what's going to kill Dorian right now in this second round.
It seems like he's timing the duck, too. As soon as Dorian goes to swim his head out of the way, he's timing the head movement, and he's nailing him with that right. It's sort of like not really an uppercut or a hook. It's sort of a looping right that he just nails him with every single time.
Yeah, I call him a short, stubby right.
A short, stubby right. That's as good as it. I don't have a name for it, so that is now the name. The short, stubby right is what he keeps. That's Brandon's best weapon right now. Yeah. That and a jab. I still feel like if he get back on his jab, that he could take away almost all of Dorian's offense.
Yeah, if he could get that distance and keep Dorian from closing in on him, get that a little bit of distance, then you would really see that right hand come alive.
I believe we're going to have to see Dorian go back to what he did at the first. He's going to have to slip inside that first jab and stay and make this a brawl. The more this gets into a brawl, Dorian's going to have a better shot.
Yeah, the shorter guy wants it inside. He wants to keep it as close as possible. He needs to keep moving forward.
And we're starting off a little bit slower for round two. Lord knows round one ended on a flurry. Dorian's coming out being the aggressor. Landed 3 straight shots. Brandon back to that short, stubby right.
Yeah, that short, stubby right will get you every time.
And he landed a left hook right there, and he backed him up. I believe he's hurt again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's fully covered up, laid into the cage now. He's hurt. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, that's twice now we've seen him kind of rocked. I don't know. He's not out. When we say hurt, I think what we're meaning is rocked. He's seeing a little bit of stars. He needs a minute to clear his head. Oh, there's a clean 1-2, or actually it's a 2-1.
Yeah, you can see the way he's walking. He's gotten really heavy-footed on the front of his feet. His kneecaps are out running his heels right now.
Yeah, and then Brandon lands a switch kick to the head. I think he got it partially cleaned up, but now we're seeing the shin guard came down after that kick. So we'll have to take a referee's timeout and get Brandon's shin guard cleaned up. This has been just as exciting round number 2.
Oh, absolutely, and you know it was a good lead kick when they got to reposition your shin guard.
That was amazing. So here we go. We're coming back out. Dorian's got to get to business right now. The more he stands back, Brandon's just going to be able to go to work.
Yeah, when he stands there like a bullseye, you're going to get bullseyed. I mean, that's what's going to happen. He needs to move a little bit more, but they're getting tired. They're 185ers. They're true blue 185ers.
That's a lot of muscle to be moving around. Both of these guys look a lot thicker than the teams we had in here. And when you're throwing that many punches in round 1, there's no way you're going to have the energy for round 2. Brandon is still definitely bringing the fight to him, though. Dorian's taking everything Brandon's got to throw, but you can't win a fight by taking everything.
No, and Dorian's just about standing there now. Then he kind of dips and comes back up, but he's just standing there eating it now. He's about done.
The hands keep slipping, too. He's keeping that left hand up, right hand down, and that's not a way to take it. That's where that right hand, that little, what were we calling that move?
That short, stubby right hand.
The short, stubby right hand is what's catching him every single time. He's getting nailed with it. Dorian's still in the middle, though. He's got no quit in him, but he's eating way more of those fists than I'd want to.
Oh, absolutely. And if you watch right there as Dorian went back to his corner, his hands are by his hips. They're not up anymore. And that's just going to lead Brandon throwing more of that right hand, seeing that it's going to be clean. So this third round, I'll be surprised if it lasts as long as it should. I think it's going to be a short one.
I think it depends on how much, I think Brandon, we're at the point now to where Brandon is how much gas he's got. Can he fold Dorian up? Brandon's won number 1 and number 2. Brandon's going into number 3. Dorian's going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat at this point. He needs to start throwing leather. It needs to be big. It needs to be heavy, and he's going to have to start trying to drop Brandon.
Oh, yeah, and Brandon being an 0-1 kickboxer right now, he's trying to get that even to a 1-1. You don't ever want to go to that 0-2 right now. Dorian, he's a debut guy, so he's kind of feeling it out. But right now, this is Brandon's make or break time. This is your time to go 1-1, or you're going 0-2 for a long time.
But he's definitely up on the scorecards. He's up 2-0 right now. It's his fight to lose. But if I'm Dorian, he's got to start throwing for the fences. I don't know what his corner said to him, but I hope it's throw some leather. And here we go for round number 3.
It's 2 minutes. You got to give it a draw right now. If you want to come out of this one, Dorian in the blue corner with the win, you've got to hammer it.
There's that overhand right, but then he didn't have anything to back it up with. He threw one overhand right, and Brandon's keeping him backed up with a jab. They're kind of back filling each other out, throwing some lazy little bit of leg kicks right here that's not really landing.
Yeah, they've really started this round a little bit slower. Dorian's a little more gassed than Brandon. You kind of tell by his body demeanor, just kind of the way he's sluggish, moving around. His hands are low, but
I was about to point that out, that Dorian's coming out here hands super low.
Look at here we go. We might get one going on. Here's a couple, he missed with that.
We got Brandon trying to jump to hit, we've got Dorian jumping to hit Brandon at this point. Then they have to go to a clinch. We had a flurry of action.
A couple slouchy multi-knees there for a minute, but this place is going crazy as we're coming to the end of this round.
Revolvers love and miss. We've got the little guy trying to take out the giant. You got a little bit of David versus Goliath. The bully, the bigger bully, has been able to bully Dorian around. Dorian going to that like Taekwondo side kick right there.
Yeah, I think I got to save the energy up and went for a big right hand or something right here.
There!
Like right there, that's all he needs.
You called it and he threw it. He must have heard you. You were in the corner.
And then he drops his hands back down.
Eats a 1-2.
He's getting it, but he's still standing. That's the thing. He's not quit.
Brandon's landing clean anything he wants right now. Dorian up against the cage. If Brandon just pours it on, I think we can get a finish right here up against the cage.
Yeah, Brandon's smelling blood right now, and he knows this is his moment to shine. If he'll just let them puppies go, it'd be awesome.
If he's got the gas for it, he's gassed out too.
And when gas is $4 a gallon, it's all out of gas.
And that's it. Brandon was able to put the gas down. He ran that $4 a gallon gas out, and he ran the tank all the way out. He goes over to the cage, almost collapses. He's holding on by just barely his pinky finger, and it's all Dorian could handle. The referee said he had seen enough. There wasn't any defense, no hands up, and Brandon Burke is going to be a winner going to 1-1.
That ended what we thought it was going to end, but not as dramatic as we thought it was going to end. I really thought Dorian was going to catch one of those little short, stubby rights and really mess his world up, but that was an awesome fight. They slugged it out 3 rounds right there, Brandon coming out victorious.
You did not see the output you've seen from the teenagers kickboxing, but you've seen leather. You've seen much heavier punches, just like me and my partner were saying when we started. They come out here, they threw much harder, and I'm telling you right now, Dorian put on an absolute show.
Oh, absolutely. These punches had a pop to them. When you heard that leather hit this time, it smacked.
Yeah, Dorian just able to be standing up for all of that was definitely, that was surprising to me that he could weather that storm in the 3rd round.
Oh, yeah, and Brandon leaving the cage isn't hurt leaving. He's leaving the cage gassed. He put everything he had. Or I should say Dorian, he put everything in the cage right now. As you can see him standing over there talking to the doctor. He's all right, but they're gassed.
Yeah, I don't think there wasn't a knockout. He just couldn't get his hands up. He's exhausted.
Yep, absolutely. He's just tired.
Brandon getting checked out. Both of these guys getting checked out after the match.